So I'd like to start off the first Doom Vision debrief with two gigantic middle fingers to Kevin.
Hey.
Jesus.
Whoa.
All right. Well, welcome to the Doom Vision debrief. This is our after show where we talk about the episode that we just had. And a lot to unpack from this first episode. I think it's best. Let's start from the beginning. So Jess, G, Claudia, or not Claudia, I am so sorry. Vanessa, it has been a long day. We have recorded a lot, had technical difficulties, and I'm not all here. Vanessa spent some time in Colorado with her mom and is now back in the thick of things.
Yeah, she's not happy about it either. She wanted nothing to do with this life. She was content just living out the rest of her days, working mindlessly, not being involved in anything. And it was the backpack springing to life with Marcus's voice that drew her back in. And now again, he comes back.
Oh, Marcus.
No coincidences there.
No.
I don't think there's any coincidences in Delta Green. Is there something specific about Marcus reaching out via walkie-talkie or satellite phone that evokes some emotion in Vanessa?
She promised to keep him safe.
Oh, that's a deep cut.
Yeah,
Whoa.
she made
That's deep.
She made promises to him, and as much as they had a very toxic relationship to begin with, I think that they both grew to respect one another and lean on each other there towards the end. And I think that would gnaw at her, not knowing what happened to him, and also that promise that she wasn't able to keep. And so I think him popping back up would trigger a few things in her brain, and she wants resolution. She wants to know, is he alive? Is he dead? Can I still save him? Can I help him? Because she knows how awful those night floors were, and the thought of him racing around those for all eternity, like, that wouldn't sit well with her. So yeah, I think she's probably having some internal struggles right now with all of that.
And so you guys had mentioned in the middle of the episode-ish that yearly you both visited Marcus's grave. Jesper, what really, I guess, provoked Veronica to continue that path? Was it more of a connection to Ness, or is it just maybe reliving some of the loss of your sister, quote unquote loss, because we don't know if she's gone?
So when it comes to Veronica and Marcus, they both had somebody that they mutually care a lot about. And they both, once the truth came out, that sort of became like on the agenda. Like, let's find your bottle, let's find Claudia, let's try to get them out. And she wasn't able to do that. She wasn't able to help Marcus get out either. And so she hopes that if they're there, they're there together. And so it's kind of like, in a way, he kind of sacrificed himself to try to find her. And so she goes back to honor that, because towards the end, yeah, they're like, once the truth came out and once they were able to see eye to eye, then I think they got to a much bigger understanding.
And it seems like Veronica is maintaining some old habits that she had from last season. Obviously, we're 20 years in the future from where we were during the Night Floors. Those habits, do you think they're ever going to die?
No, and with having to dive back into Delta Green, I think they're just going to come back and bite her in the ass even harder.
Yeah. So, fast forward 20 years, you two have been Delta Green free. What do you think that it feels like for your characters to be sucked back in? What are they feeling right now, being on the precipice of going back in for another Delta Green mission? Well, I guess it's not immediate, it's 20 years, but after knowing what kind of shit you can get into, what is Veronica and Vanessa thinking right now? Like, walk us through that a little bit.
I think Nessa's probably pretty pissed because she made it pretty clear she wanted nothing to do with Delta Green again. And it almost feels like she's being manipulated at this point with Marcus's voice coming back. I mean, she hasn't heard his voice in 20 years. She kept the backpack in case, but I think she probably would have lost hope after 5-10 years. And so she probably is pretty angry and feeling manipulated, like something is manipulating her and pushing her back in when she doesn't want to be, but she also can't ignore it.
Well, I didn't mention it, but like the voice that you heard from the walkie-talkie, I mean, that was like the mega cliffhanger at the end of season 1, right? That was his voice coming through. In my mind, that's what she heard coming out of the walkie-talkie.
That exact clip.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Veronica,
you said
Ness.
Yeah.
Can you hear me or something along those
Yeah.
lines?
Mhm.
Yeah.
This is Agent Marcus.
Yep. Yeah. What do you guys think that when you hear at the cliffhanger of last episode, you hear what do you mean you're Agent Marcus? What does that mean?
Well, it's like we're being thrown back in time mentally, because that happened where we heard this is Agent Marcus, and then what do you mean this is Agent Marcus? That was, were we with you when you said that? No.
So
We weren't with him.
Canonically,
Yeah.
the end of season 1, the very last clip that's played,
Was what you heard.
not what I heard. It is what she hears at the start of this season.
Yeah.
The Marcus calling out for
Mm-hmm.
you and her, trying to reach you.
Mm-hmm.
Canonically, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah.
And so I think Cameron has no idea who any of these fucking people are. I'm oblivious.
What?
What I'm saying is,
yeah.
remember when you first heard the walkie-talkie come to life on the wall?
Yep.
And you say back to it, what do you mean this is Agent Marcus?
Oh shit.
Is that just clicking in your brain?
Holy shit.
Yeah, so that's
now
when,
we're
yeah.
hearing it in 2015, but mentally these two characters are being thrown back.
Holy fuck.
Did that totally skip in your brain? So that's when you were throwing a temper tantrum, ripping shit off the wall in
Yes.
her
Yeah.
apartment?
Yeah, I'm with you. I had to pedal faster, but yeah, I'm there now. I was thinking about other shit. I wasn't thinking.
No.
It's all tied together.
I'm gonna need a third middle finger for Kevin.
And to
I've been
answer,
re-listening to all these episodes. I've been taking notes.
Jesus.
and to answer your question, how Veronica is feeling, she's kind of bitter, because at the beginning, what?
Brandon's giving me 3 middle fingers.
Oh.
Got a director over here becoming a part of the at least put it in front of the camera so everybody can see it. The debrief's a little different.
But she's bitter. Towards the end of season 1, you could really tell how the night floors and the involvement with Delta Green started to warp her and change her and harden her. I mean, like, her little standoff with Marcus alone was like completely 180 from how she started this whole thing. And I don't think she ever lost that edge. Like I said, that them watching the McAllister building burn down, like, it's still very vivid in her mind. And now she feels like she's being sucked into it all over again. She's not thrilled. I think bitter is the best way. It's like, and she's older now. She knows a lot more than she used to. So she knows, like, it's never just find these people and then you're done. There's always so much more. And I don't think that she's planning on coming out of it alive this time.
I think that's an interesting perspective. And as much as I loved playing Marcus, I think introducing a new character, and I think we had talked about this on a debrief episode quite a long time ago, that if one of us were to die because we had built I don't even know what the word is, like a routine almost amongst us, it would be difficult to introduce a new character into that dynamic because, you know, we had Veronica, who was very soft-spoken, Ness, who was kind of bullheaded, and Marcus, who was just annoying. It would be interesting to have somebody new into that dynamic, but I think this is going to be an interesting ride because that dynamic is different, because you two in character are vastly different people than we started off the last season.
Mm-hmm.
I think Veronica, you've really become much more assertive as a character than you were at the start of season 1.
Mm-hmm.
Vanessa, I think, has gotten softer in some aspects, but maybe more guarded, even more so than she was in others. And then you have this kid.
Rookie.
Yeah, this kid who knows nothing about the night floors, knows nothing about what you guys have experienced. It's going to be a very interesting dynamic moving forward.
I can foresee some tension because he doesn't know. He didn't get to experience it, and it's going to be flooding back for the 2 biddies.
The 2 biddies.
The 2 MILFs.
The 2
Gilfs.
gilfs. Yeah. So I guess we can talk about predictions. I foresee a lot of the conflict being about Cameron wanting to look deep into everything, and you guys are just like, this is old hat. We've done this. We've looked into this already. Like, we can give you sources. I can draw all kinds of symbols for you. Let's go talk to Mac. You know, kind of. This is shit that you guys have done before.
Comes out on his rascal.
Yeah, how old is Mac now? How old was Mac when we started this? He had to have been in his 40s.
He went to prison. He started a gang.
Yeah, he had to have been in his 40s. He's got to be like 60.
Good old Mac.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's up?
How old is Mac now?
Oh, I
I'd
don't
say
know.
in
Probably
his
like 60.
60s, 70s.
Yeah.
If he was in his 40s, 50s.
Sure.
His rap career is really tanked.
Google him. Oh, I was going to say something. I have a fact of the day if you're ready for. Oh wait, predictions, right?
Yep.
For the rest of everybody.
I'll get to your fact.
Okay.
And
Yeah, hold your horses.
Is it a fact and a rule, or do you just have a fact today?
Actually, it's just a fucking quote. I think it's cool.
Okay.
So,
Quote. We'll get to you.
oh, and then I have a Kevin Spooky Sleepy Corner.
We have so many like
Little segments.
segments of this. Okay. Claudionica. That was a deep cut, dude. That took
Yeah,
me
it was.
to get. I'm out of practice.
Like I said, I don't think I'm going to make it out of this one alive. I'm the oldest one out of us all in this scenario. And
We're gonna have to take your walker in the car with us everywhere we go.
Yeah.
She,
Get the life
Jamie Lee
alert.
Curtis, like she's like, get the shotgun. Evil dies
Halloween,
tonight.
like 63.
Yeah. Now get the life alert ready.
My life alert.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Because if we do encounter Claudia, I can't guarantee that she won't just follow her this time.
Or shoot her. Bitch, you owe me $20.
I found the shit in your mattress.
Thanks a lot, you old bitch.
This is all your fault.
All right, Ness. What's Ness's prediction moving forward?
I think Ness is going to be taking on a new role, and this is just kind of, it's going to be weird for me. So I think Vanessa is going to be very protective of Cameron, and I think a lot of that has to do with her guilt over Marcus and not protecting him. And so she sees this young kid that's being thrown into the middle of this shit, and she knows exactly what she's headed for. Well, she thinks she does. I'm sure Kevin is going to surprise me here and there.
I got a couple of things up my
But
sleeves.
yeah, she knows how bad it can get. So I think she's going to be maybe not necessarily motherly, but very protective of this kid to try and maybe make up for Marcus.
There can only be one.
Yeah.
And him with like, I make good choices.
Yeah.
I
Don't
packed
do
you
drugs.
a lunch. I packed you a peanut butter jelly.
Yeah. I can foresee her being very protective of him to the point of sacrificing herself.
Oh shit.
What?
I mean, we know a little bit about Ness and what she's gone through the last 20 years, and she's not mentally healthy or stable completely. And, you know,
I think it would be a beautiful end if any of you died.
Yeah.
Character-wise. I think any of you dying in the game would be like it'll make the story like rich almost.
Yeah.
It'll just be like, holy fuck, remember that time when Veronica trying to get to her sister went down in a hail of bullets? Or whatever.
Well, and I'm with
It was a firefight.
Yeah.
I'm with Jess, and I don't see how these two ladies that went through this once already and all this shit, and even 20 years, we're still suffering. How can we go through it again and come out sane and alive? Like, I just don't see it. So I think, I don't know.
Okay, so a couple things. First off, I'd like to say I find this extremely interesting that there is a very stark contrast between the conversation that we're having at the table this year versus what we did last year or last season, right? We were all very attached to our characters. I think maybe Marcus broke the mold for everybody. Like, it's okay to lose a character, and you can mourn it, but I'm still mourning Marcus. But I also just had this thought is that Cameron was born in 96. Did either of you have any affairs that you guys wanted to clean out right after 95? Just kind of coping with all the shit that you had been through?
Like,
Are you trying
Do
to
you see Kevin's eyes right now?
Are you trying to be my son that I gave up?
I never met my mama. She left me on a doorstep.
My mom is one of my bonds, though. I could change that, but I was like,
Your
oh my
mom.
god!
As soon as I find her, she's my bond.
No, but I honestly like the contrast between. I think last season we all very much clung to our characters and we're like, we're gonna ride this shit out until the end, and hearing you and you both say like, if I see Claudia, I'm gone. Peace out. That character's done. I'm something new, or you putting your life on the line for somebody else. Where Vanessa was very much a selfish character at the beginning of last season. It's kind of an interesting development.
I think we've all changed. Never mind, I haven't. You guys may have. I'm still the same
Dick.
jerk.
All right. Well, Kevin, I think that brings us to the fact of the day or the quote of the day, or
Just a little Delta Green snippet, so
Little
we don't
Delta Green
forget where we
snippet,
came
yep.
from. This one, like, so in the handler's guide, they just put lots of quotes in reference to the H.P. Lovecraft, the original source material. And I finally watched the Color Out of Space movie with Nicolas Cage, and it was really good. I recommend it. But yeah, right in the book, they have this quote, and I'll just read it real quick just for fun. I think it's cool. For the terror had not faded with the silhouette, and in a fearsome instant of deeper darkness, the watchers saw wriggling at that treetop height 1,000 tiny points of faint and unhallowed radiance, tipping each bow like the fire of Saint Elmo or the flames that came down on the apostles' heads at Pentecost. It was a monstrous constellation of unnatural light, like a gutted swarm of corpse-fed fireflies dancing hellish sarabands over an accursed marsh. And its color was that same nameless intrusion which Ami had come to recognize and dread. So that's from Color Out of Space. It's kind of fun. I've read quite a bit of H.P. Lovecraft. It's pretty cool. So that's where all this comes from. So go see Color Out of Space. I don't care what anyone says. I love Nicolas Cage.
The Rock, man. Con Air.
Con Air, put down the bunny.
Okay. So we got to throw in a couple of promotional items.
Kevin's Spooky Sleepy Corner.
Kevin's Spooky Sleepy Corner.
Oh, I'm
can't
sorry.
forget.
I am sorry.
All right.
Spooky Sleepy Corner.
Do you remember, Jess? You remember what happened? Okay, I think she does. So at some point, we were sleeping a couple months
Allegedly.
ago, right? And I must have been having a dream, right? Because, Jess, why don't you say it? Because I was out.
Actually, I'm not sure which instance you're talking about.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah, that's the one I'm talking about.
No, you got to tell it.
Well, okay, so I was having a dream, and I was in so the whole dream was this: I had to put an item down and take a photo of it for someone. I was like showing somebody something. I was about to send them a text. I held up my phone, and I was going to take a picture. And all of a sudden, behind the item I'm trying to take a photo of, this fucking crazy ass bitch starts like contorting herself at me and doing like acrobatics at me, right?
Was it Dolores?
I don't know.
Was it Michelle?
It was like this like shadowy like, right? And it's coming at me and I'm looking at the camera and I go, "Oh God." And I like fall on my back and I'm following it with the camera. And when it gets over me, it like quick as lightning disappears behind me. And I go, "Oh my God." And I remember like, "Ah!" I yelled out.
It was more like, "Ooh!"
So apparently I made that sound in the middle of the night. I was just like, "Ah!" And then Jess goes,
And I go,
"Kevin, you're dreaming or whatever, right?"
yeah, let's check and make sure he's okay.
Yeah, you were like, "Kevin, are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh God, yeah, I was sleeping." Bitch freaked me out. Because she woke me. I woke up and it had just happened. So like the first thing in my mind was, "Bitch freaked me out." And I was like, "Oh, I'm at home." None of that was real.
Kevin's Spooky Sleepy Corner.
Oh,
That is a
my
true story.
goodness.
All right, play the outro music for Kevin's Spooky Sleepy Corner.
Well, and then I
We'll play the David S. Pumpkins theme song.
I'm David Pumpkin.
that happened at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I couldn't stop laughing.
She just started laughing so hard.
She's like, we're going to talk about this on the podcast.
The bed was shaking.
The bitch freaked me out.
Bitch freaked
That
me out.
bitch freaked me out. Let's put that on a t-shirt.
That was, yeah. That was something.
I mean, I had an instance the other night.
Oh, Jess's Spooky Sleepy Corner. What do you got?
Does everybody have
It's
spooky
not it's
sleepy
not
corners?
super spooky, but I had a dream that I was like doing that maneuver where like you take the palm of your hand to like the nose.
Oh, okay.
Fucking asshole. Yeah, I remember
And
that.
I fucking Punched him.
Yeah, I'm sitting there, I'm sleeping, and then all of a sudden it's like, doof. And I'm like, Jess, you just hit me. And she goes, sorry, I was dreaming. Like, it was just like, she hit me so hard. It was enough for me to be like, what is happening? It was like, whack. It hit me really hard.
So, for all things considered, I talk in my sleep, but I don't ever hit you.
You have elbowed me before,
You
but,
probably had it coming.
but never full on hit. Yes.
All right. Well, let's get to some promotions. We got to say promotions because that's how we keep the podcast running. I'm going to let Jess do her full spiel at the end, but I forgot this during the intro. We do have merchandise now.
We do. We're currently revamping it, but yes, shirts, notebooks, water bottles, stickers. It's pretty sweet.
This one's kind of falling apart because I've had it on my phone for so long, but
Yep. So, promotion wise, on our social medias, we are Doom Vision Podcast on Facebook, at Doom Vision Pod on Twitter, at Doom Vision Podcast on Instagram and TikTok. We're about to be able to post a lot more content on TikTok because we're really up in our shit. Patreon is a given, so definitely try to support us there if you can. Am I forgetting anything?
Discord.
Oh, Discord. Yes, we are
Discord.
very active on our Discord. We've gotten some people on there that have given us some great feedback, and we would love to hear from you too. So join our Discord. I actually have a link in all of our socials that has a link to the Discord. So feel free to click it, join, and come hang with us.
also the great thing about Discord is not only do you get that interaction with us, but all of our handouts are posted there. There's a section for any suggestions or any things that you want to see in the show. But if you want to see all the handouts we get for longer than 3 seconds that they're on the screen now, you can go back and check them out there. Also, our YouTube, not only will these be posted on Spotify, it'll be a video podcast on Spotify. It'll be an audio podcast on Apple because Apple doesn't do video podcasts anymore. But this will be posted on YouTube the same day that it goes up on Spotify. So all of you're going to see our faces in multiple different platforms, but follow us in all those areas because it really helps us
Growth.
And if you like what you're doing, if you like what we're doing, if you like what you're doing too,
You have any growths?
yeah. Do you have any growths? Kevin will take a look at them. Send pictures to
I'm not a doctor, but I'll take a
Kevin.
look
That's
at
another
your
thing.
growth.
That's another thing. If you want some dating advice from Mac, good old Mac from season 1, I'm sure he'll make a comeback this season. Send in your dating your dating questions. And if you have any hate for us, if you just got something that you gotta get off your chest, Kevin's gonna dress up as Candace and address it to you on camera. So make sure you send in your hateful shit.
Remember I sent you the wig and
Yep.
the fucking tattoo sleeves
Yep.
for Mac? Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah. So follow us on all those platforms. Again, we're extremely appreciative that we have the audience that we have. We're very thankful that you guys enjoy listening to our podcast. I had a thought, but now it's eluding me. I was going to talk
It's
about
late.
something. Yeah, it is late.
I want to thank everybody except for Dan Stevenson.
Yeah.
You know who you are.
Fuck you, Dan Stevenson.
Could you imagine there's a guy like listening, like, look at this fucking sweet ass podcast. I listen to season 1. It's my favorite. And then he cranks it out. He's driving to work one day and he's like, fuck you, Dan Stevenson. What the fuck? Like, just getting right up into his fucking brain. And he's just like, I got to call the police. These guys know where I live. You're driving
We
a
need to have a
Honda Civic.
A 95 Honda Civic.
He's going to fucking crash. We're going to read about a crash because we did that to him. Daniel.
We know who you are. We see you.
And your blue house. There's a Daniel Stevenson in a blue house who drives a Honda Civic.
This is an 81 Honda. How dare you?
See you tonight, Daniel.
with that,
But Adam Jefferson, thank you for watching. You are a great viewer.
Adam
You've been awesome.
Adam Jefferson.
Adam Jefferson.
is it a real person?
I don't fucking
Oh.
know.
Sounds like somebody who like signed the Declaration
Shout
of
out to my
Independence.
wifey.
Old Adam Jefferson.
If your name is Adam Jefferson or
Daniel Stevenson.
Daniel Stevens, go to our YouTube and write a comment that you are those people because we'll reach out to you.
This is a social experiment.
It was a social experiment. All right. So you've had all of our socials. You've had all of our predictions. We are extremely excited to be back for season 2. And I think that's it for now. So I guess we'll catch you all in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye.